What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from the Dyslexic Investor, and we're going to be looking at some issues on some Robinhood outages reported this morning. It kind of spiked up around a little after 8 a.m. Basically, when a lot of the East Coast folks were waking up, looking at their charts, looking at their balances and so forth pre-market. Here's the site here. So again, this is the down detector is basically an overall site that looks at anything that has basically, you can see if your Comcast is down or whatever, like it basically can kind of run down and show all the different indications that are down. It kind of caught my attention when I saw that Robinhood was down on number 2. Of course, Zoom's been on there quite a bit because it's just been so high usage, and of course all of the internet service providers have been on there due to the fact of everyone being on the internet. So that being said, with Robinhood, it kind of caught my attention because, again, it is a trading day. It was a kind of an early indication. It was kind of strange due to the fact of, you can kind of see here, these are people tweeting out, or I think messaging out, saying Robinhood's pinging me, saying that my stocks are down 5%, and I signed in, and they're supposed to be, it's like some kind of nasty bug where the percentage of what you gain and loss is not completely accurate, so they're having technical issues on that short term. This guy is pinging out to CNBC to help him and telling him that Webull and E-Trade are always down as well. Nasty glitch this morning here in Robinhood. This guy right here, Mr. M. Brown, this all explains why stocks are falling. Robinhood appears to be having issues in the down detector. So this is an early indication. You don't have to pay anything to get the Robinhood technical issue down indicator. Depending on when the market's about to crash or get a correction mode, it's just going to be tied to that market. Looking here on a more long kind of a time frame, everything was pretty good this morning until like 7-8 o'clock when we start coming through here. Again, this is on the hourly chart, just to kind of break down what basically happened today, and we're getting kind of a bounce again. Usually if we get a normal down pull draft, again with the Robinhood being trading lower with their detection issues and so forth, Robinhood is having issues and glitches. Again, I'm sure they're going to try their very best, but you're seeing that 93% are saying it's a server-side connection, meaning they're not able to log in, something is wrong or glitching on their account. They just don't have full function of the account. The login part I think is when your credentials do not work and you're not able to get into the app. Looks like people are getting into the app, but they're not able to do the functions that he or she may need during a trading window. And of course today, with a lot of volume coming in, a lot of selling potentially at the open until basically here till like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had quite a bit of selling getting lower here on multiple indicators, but this doesn't actually do it justice. We had some pretty big moves and some pretty big names like Adobe, like you saw on the down detector as well. They were down again the past 2 days. Again, the 21's coming in for support there, so this looks great there. If this can hold. Some other big names that we're going to be looking at here that kind of went down quite a bit and broke through the 21 slightly is like Amazon. Amazon was a break one that kind of came through. Nvidia's kind of broke through it, but now it's kind of churning back up. Tesla has kind of did that as well, kind of tapped the 21. So this is why I'm always talking about be very mindful of these moving averages. I know it's not a scientific way of doing it. It's more of an art form, but you have to be mindful of, hey, if it holds it and it doesn't break below it, or doesn't close below it, it's still somewhat intact. And again, that 34 is right below it as well. So this is all potentials to look forth. And also to give myself a better perspective on what's going on in the market, I'll put this link down in the description below. So this is FinViz, and this is a wonderful, again, I'm dyslexic, I like to see colors, I like to see pictures and things like that, and this is a perfect picture that paints me in the market. So I basically see technology is basically down overall today. Some communication here and there, but there's a lot of stuff going up in financial stuff. Healthcare is kind of getting hit, kind of industries going up, so it kind of breaks it down to what all the stocks within the S&P 500 index is and what their weight is and what their performance is today. So this is actually a really lovely tool that I constantly look at on within a day, every day or so, to kind of give myself a better market perspective of, hey, what's actually going on here? Is the market crashing, or is it just kind of petering around here? So that being said, with the Robinhood issues, again, I don't use them. I'm not no fault. I use Tastyworks and I use Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade for my trading. And if you're interested on using the Tastyworks, we're going to be creating a wonderful, fantastic live trading account to plop in and start showing some awesome trades within that. But that being said, with this overall weird downward, not even downward, it's not a crazy sell-off like we're previously used to. It's still somewhat within reason. It's just a garden variety, as they call it. Just basic, nothing too crazy, nothing to ring the register and run to the door, run to your bank and sell everything. It's just a normal, some price action. Again, intraday activity. Long-term trend is still intact for the futures here in S&P 500. We have not even touched going below the 5 exponential moving average, so the momentum's still higher. Again, we have pretty enormous support here at 29.37 if it decides to go down. That being said, be mindful of that. Again, no crystal balls in the market. Something can happen here in 20-30 minutes that the market can go down. You just have to be cognizant and just look at what the price action is doing and follow that. Sometimes there is no news behind it. Like the news will come out 2 or 3 days later of like, oh, actually 2 large billion-dollar funds just blew up because they were all short the market and they were all short oil or whatever. Who knows what the fund was perspective was, and they just destroyed, and they had to got margin called last Friday, and now they're not able to make their margin and they just have to dump everything. You never know. It always takes some time. Sometimes you never even know what happened. That's why I just a principle of price action and looking at the charts to kind of give me some kind of guidelines or a roadway of what could happen and what I should be looking for and where I should be putting in risk and taking out. That being said, I hope this was somewhat helpful. Again, I'm not trying to smash the folks at Robinhood. I know you guys are doing the best. I do greatly appreciate that you guys gave the ability for a lot of folks to get those zero commission trading. That's fantastic. You guys are a huge pioneer in that. But that being said, there's clearly, you can refresh to see if there's any more things coming in here basically saying it's just people just trashing things. Like it's just people are very concerned, like, hey, is anyone else having problems? A couple, like I have my brother uses Robinhood. Again, I haven't told him to switch yet, but he's saying he was having issues this morning trying to log in to see what his percentage gain and loss was on some stocks, and someone was saying up 25, someone was saying 200% on some tickers, and then it was not completely accurate. Again, it's just somewhat new. It takes time to kind of weed things out. It just kind of sucks. I hope people didn't lose money over this incident, because that's going to be a very tough call moving forward for sure. And again, if you guys had issues with Robinhood, please leave in the comments down below and let us know on what your issue was, because we'll kind of collaborate on trying to getting out what could be happening. Is it another issue that like they had a couple months ago or even a year ago, especially when this whole downward draft happened? It was just so much volume that the servers just couldn't take it. There was just too many people going to the door and selling, and it actually just crashed and downed a lot of their servers. And I think since then they have upgraded and maintained a larger stack and a more robust architect within their server farm. I'm pretty sure they're using some kind of AWS architecture that does all their data center stuff. That being said, again, if you have any questions, please leave in the comment section down below. If you're interested in joining our wonderful Discord, we have a fantastic Discord here. We trade, we talk about different tickers, talk about some positions, some news articles coming out, trading ideas, share videos, and share charts and so forth. That'd be fantastic if you can join that completely free in the description down below. And then last but not least, we also have a Patreon page, and that gives you some access to a higher tier within the Discord. You get to see some of my more intense watch lists. I share some interesting charts in the morning, or in the afternoon, and evenings, potentially as to what I'm looking at. Just a great thing, a way to support the channel if you're interested. Again, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.